Cilantro, they're set to go. Cilantro playing up in the gate. Settles and away and racing. Got them away to a good start, and Cape Lights began very well. Cape Lights is the early leader from Chateau Futur on the outside, who passes it. Outside of those, Spirit Princess has a good early position with Tree Fairy, and then back along the inside is Island Beauty, gives them about 3.5 lengths start. A Touch of Sugar races further back with Aunt Pity Pat 5 lengths off the leader. Follow the Flow and Impression race together, and Cilantro is the back marker, giving them 7 or 8 lengths start as they round the side of the track. They've got 1,200 meters to go. Chateau Futur is the leader by just over a length from Tree Fairy in second, and Cape Lights, the favorite, hugs the rail, racing beautifully back in second now. 3 lengths away to Island Beauty. Further back, Spirit Princess, A Touch of Sugar, and Aunt Pity Pat. Further back in the field came Follow the Flow and Impression. They race 8 or 9 lengths off the leader, and the back marker is Cilantro. Homeward bound, come past the 800-meter marker, Chateau Futura, the leader by 1.5 lengths. Cape Lights is just ready to take over now, and here comes Cape Lights at the 500 to hit the front. From Chateau Futura in second, back in third, Island Beauty, and on the outside, Spirit Princess, then A Touch of Sugar. Follow the Flow's got about 10-12 lengths to make up. 300 out, and it's Cape Lights by 3 to 4 lengths here. Gone well clear. Island Beauty, A Touch of Sugar's running on for minor money, but it's Cape Lights in splendid isolation with 150 to go, and Cape Lights by 6 lengths. Cape Lights wins it from Island Beauty, who's going to run out second. Third place will go to A Touch of Sugar, and Spirit Princess ran fourth. Nothing from Follow the Flow. You'll see Follow the Flow on the stand side of the track. The blue cap, the black body, just had 10-12 lengths to make up, but very one-paced and doesn't really make too much impression. And Cape Lights, the daughter of Ideal World, wins her maiden at the 7th time of asking. Well overdue, but she's done it in good style today. Victory to number 2. Second was number 1. Third will go to number 4, A Touch of Sugar. And back in fourth, number 3, Spirit Princess.
Best bet on the cards home here in race number 2, and that is number 2, Cape Lights. Lovely having Robbie Sage on course. Mr. Van Skalkwyk, who bred and owns this horse. Well done to you, sir. He's not here, but he'll be getting a check shortly. We'll be chatting to Natalie. And your Cape Lights came here with a form, all the form, and that form line was very strongly franked in the first race, so came through to win well. Muzi, well done to you. A bit of a steering job, but it's probably been a bit frustrating the last few runs.
Yes, definitely. Even this race almost went badly for me. There wasn't any pace in the race, and I went into the first turn, and I know Mr. Sage likes a picture-perfect race, and so I decided to let one horse in front of me, and yes, he eased it so badly that I almost went over him, and thank God he used his head and he picked it up again, and it became some sort of a race. But that's why I was just forced at the top of the lane to let her slide a bit early and try and make sure I'm not flat-footed by any of those 14 milers. But she's a lovely horse, like you said, been frustrating to follow. But the forms have been strong, like the form studies do say. Gabi So Mamonti come from very strong form lines, so expected her to win, and I wasn't going to take any chances. She must go on with it and show us her ability.
Yeah, couldn't lose on paper, but they do. So well done to you, and a good start to the day. Can I please ask you about? I want to ask you about Raffles and Retallick firstly.
Raffles, just a deep draw, has the form to pull it off. Obviously, there's also like Anzen and Mr. Terry's horse, big runners. I'm just with my deep draw. I think they're the horses to beat.
I think you're going to go horses to beat. Retallick?
Retallick putting up exceptional work at home. Obviously, I also think Van Vuren's horse to beat Sheldon, in my opinion.
And then finally, of course, Billy Bowlegs. Do you think you can beat the girls?
Yeah, if she was drawn next to them, I'd be very confident. But with the deep draw, they're going to have pole position, and the race doesn't look like to have much pace in the race. So they'll have first run on me, and hopefully the pace won't cost me the race.
Thanks for the info, Muzi.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks to Mr. Van Skalkwyk. Thanks for supporting the yard. We've been having 1 or 2 frustrating horses, which show us a lot at home, and just haven't been putting together, but I hope this winner puts a smile on his face.
Thanks, Mizzy.
Thank you. Huge thanks to Mr. Sage and Joey's team, and all the guys back at home who put more work than I do, so well done to them.
You work pretty hard, Mizzy. We know that. Well done. Mr. Sage, lovely having you on course. We've got Colin here. I'm going to ask him possibly if we can get you an appearance fee. I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah, it might be nice for all the trainers.
But especially you. Don't always come. So I'll speak to him after the race.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, yeah.
Well done. Lovely start to the day.
Yeah, well done to Ian and to this filly in basically in her nearly her last 6 or 7 runs. She's never pulled a draw better than 7. So it's always been a little bit difficult, but she's consistency reward, and there's been good form behind her. So hopefully she'll go on to win a few more.
Certainly, Mr. Van Skalkwyk, bred and owned.
Yes, yeah, well done to Ian. You know, it's not the easy way to do things, but he's doing it.
Now, you're here. Can I ask you about Unzen coming up in one of the big races?
Yeah, nice type. First run from Gelding. I would have liked the game to be a little bit sting out of the ground, but I think going right, I think you should be there and thereabouts.
Thank you, sir. Would you please take the cheque from the ROA for Mr. Van Skalkwyk? And it is Natalie Turner. Anything else you want to say?
I think he's giving me the cheque, so that's okay.
That's your appearance fee. Colin said you can take it for the appearance fee to have Mr. Sage on course. Thank you, Natalie Turner from the ROA. And Mr. Sage, 15,000 Rand. Mr. Van Skalkwyk, he can have a chat to him. Well done. Thank you very much. There is race number 2, 2, 1, 4 and 3. The good things home. Race 3 in the pick 6 coming up next.